Hey guys, Zimo here, and in this video I'd like to show you a basic MIDI to CV converter for the brain module of the Shmøergh Moduleur. So the brain module is a universal digital module, the only digital module in the synthesizer, and you can write any kind of firmware for it. And this program that we wrote converts MIDI signals into CV and gate output. The rest of the synth is analog, and in order to play an analog synth, you might know that you need a gate and a CV. And if you have a keyboard that can output gate and CV voltages, then you can just directly connect those to the envelope and the oscillator, and you'll be able to play the synth. But if you have a keyboard that has only a MIDI out, then you can use this program to convert the MIDI signal into gate and CV voltages. The connection I have now is standard MIDI cable using a TRS-A adapter that goes into the MIDI input of my brain module. I'm on MIDI channel number 1, and if I play a note, then you will see some LEDs blinking on the brain module. That means that the MIDI signal is received and the module understands the MIDI signal. Now, if you want to make some sound, then you need to connect the brain module to some of the analog pieces of the rest of the synth. The brain has 3 outputs: output 1, output 2, and pulse. And pulse is always going to give you a gate out if you use this firmware. So now I can connect pulse to the gate input of my envelope, and if I play a note, then it's gonna make some sound. Now obviously the pitch is not tracked, so that's what the other outputs are for. So if I connect by default to the first output, I connect it to the pitch input of my oscillator, then I'm gonna be able to play the synth. Cool. This is the most basic setup, but there are other stuff that you can do with this program or with this module. The second output is giving me 0 to 5 voltages based on some MIDI parameters. By default, it's connected to the velocity. So if I connect the second output to the filter cutoff, then the harder I'm gonna play the note, the more the cutoff frequency will be open. And so this is the basic setup and the basic settings for this module, but there are other stuff that you can set. For example, if you want to change the MIDI channel, you can hold button A and use the first knob to set the channel. You can see on the LEDs in binary, of course, which channel you're in. So if I go here, then the brain is going to listen to MIDI signals coming from channel 2. So I have to change to channel 2, and then I can play my keyboard. If I change back to channel 1 and I play the keyboard, you can see that the MIDI signal is not received. Okay, so what other settings do we have? If I hold button B, then you will see 2 LEDs light up. The first 3 LEDs are for one setting, and the second 3 LEDs are for another setting. Let's focus on the second 3 LEDs now. So if I hold B and I use the third knob, then you can see that I can change a setting for the second 3 LEDs. This is whether I want to have velocity, modville, or unison, meaning that the same pitch is coming out on the second output. So I hold B and I use the third knob and I go here, then I can use the mod wheel to open up the cutoff frequency in this case. And then if I go to the third option here, then the higher note I play, the more the cutoff will be open. Okay, and the the last setting is if you hold button B and use the middle knob, then you can switch between the first two LEDs. So if the first LED is lit, then the first channel is going to output the pitch and the second is the CC voltage. And if the second LED is lit, then basically these two outputs are flipped. This is just a convenience feature. So I have to flip the two outputs and I can play the synth just like before. And I think that's pretty much it. Thank you.